We're good to go. Let's get this match started.
All right, we're ready for match 8. Magic Smoke, are you ready?
All right, we got Magic Smoke on the red side and Red Tide on the blue side.
Red Tide, are you ready?
Not confusing at all.
All right, we're going to look for that initial push.
All right. You know, we're starting to see some of the time. I think both of these teams are playing on the opposite side that they played on before, which the field is symmetrical, but the sunlight and the other things. Here we go. Wow, that is a couple out for Red Tide off the get-go. We got a couple back at the start bucket, no middle capture. You know, I think on some of these higher octane matches, we're going to see a lot of no middle bucket capture as both teams have excellently strong starts.
They're going to hold each other back really effectively, and really sort of build a wall that can't be pushed through.
Uh-huh. Oh, we got Ronan just cut across the screen, hoping to come in, and it looks like we've got Sarah behind that cover. I can't see from here, but we're going to get Ronan in on a push.
Yeah.
Ronan, formerly of Orca Company, traded out to Red Tide this year for Ragnarocktoberfest. An excellent player.
And talking about that center control and worrying about it a little less at the beginning of the game.
What a
talking
tag,
about
Ronan.
how important this corner is. I think
That's a push. That's a push from Sarah. You get him distracted and you get it down. What a move. What a move. That is going to really hold that strong corner. Still 0 center bucket push. Let's go. Dead heat. I don't think either of the teams got to it faster, so we're at an even.
Now we've got center for Magic Smoke. So this is the thing: is teams on this level, I think, really understand the importance of controlling the non-spawn corners, and they're willing to put a lot of effort into making sure that that happens.
Yeah.
Which might mean leaving the center bucket out for a little bit, but if you can establish control of those corners, you can do something like what just happened here, where we had a Magic Smoke runner just come straight through, take control of that center bucket. Of course, Red Tide now, our blue team, pulling it back.
Ronan under
and
fire.
starting to make up some points.
That's true.
And you can watch the gap close right here, where Red Tide has just matched and now overtaken Magic Smoke, slowly gathering double the points.
It's a great advantage when you manage to capture the middle bucket at cost of a life. That seems to be the general choice that players are making, and that's Ronan out in the corner, giving the corner back to Magic Smoke. They seem to be making a choice where they would rather get a life out as long as you can get the bucket. But that means if you can manage to get the middle bucket and keep yourself alive, you are at a heavily advantaged situation.
Yeah.
And it's just great. Now it's very slow. Some of the most intense matches, they got these lull periods where everyone likes to stop and think. It's like chess. You got to wait and you got to figure out what the other team is going to do.
We'll be waiting to see what the next push is.
Both teams play very conservatively with their ammo on this one too. They have really practiced trigger discipline.
Ronan again trying to pull in the corner here.
Mm-hmm. All right. They're moving. Okay, looks like Magic Smoke's trying to make a push for that bucket. We're slowing it down. We got Dan in the corner. You can't see him behind the cover on the screen, but I'm looking at him, number 42.
One of the things I'm noticing that's interesting about this cover, because it's a fabric fill, you see players actually leaning all the way into it and almost sort of like nesting inside the cover.
Yes, you can bow into it a little bit.
Yeah.
I have seen that quite a bit.
It's different from like Maryland Foam Tournament has an inflatable cover, which behaves really differently and actually has a physical buffer. So if you have players on either side of it, they're actually like 2 feet away from each other.
That's a push, and he gets him. Ronan is out. What a sneaky move. We get to watch those. Those are making the highlight reels right there.
Yeah.
All right. Dan of Orion Blasters with looks like he's running a Lynx. Orion Blasters, proponent of other oddities and sweet blasters. Big fan of Dan. Both teams are playing really defensive.
The Lynx is a blaster we're seeing a ton of. The Lynx as well as its younger sister, the Minx. And
what a trade in the corner.
That was
Sorry to
quite
cut
a
you
trade.
off.
No, you're all good.
That was 2 excellent players, dead on shots.
Yeah, the Lynx and the Minx really offer sort of a level of competitive firepower along with a compact style that lets you pull into these covers and like you were saying, people can't see Dan on the stream because he's so tight in there. I'm not sure if he's using a Lynx, but he is. Look at that.
There it is.
It really sort of allows you to pull all the way in.
It's true. Our overlay froze.
Our overlay froze on stream.
Okay, great. If you can see fish flying them down.
So sorry, our timer and score on the screen has frozen, but you can still see that there is some significant push here.
Oh, there we go. Now
All
we're
right,
back.
okay, we've got an
Just
update.
as we thought, Red Tide was still holding a commanding lead.
But Magic Smoke currently holding 2 buckets.
They
so
do have
they
the 2
still have the
buckets.
possibility to turn this around. With 70 seconds left in the match,
It'll be close.
it's definitely doable because, of course, 70 seconds can turn into 140 points.
And that's Koa with the bucket grab again.
Red
Yep.
Tide taking the bucket back. Magic Smoke is going to have to take that bucket back again real quick if they're going to want to come pull ahead in this match.
That is true. Ooh, look, we are looking at a very close firefight. The angle holding, again, Red Tide is one I've only been to a few practices, but I have seen Red Tide practice, and one of the things they practice is holding the angles. That's not a trade.
That
All
was
right,
not a trade.
Magic Smoke coming out.
Bucket back in Magic Smoke's control with 30 seconds. That gives them about 60 seconds. If they hold this bucket, it is going to be very, very close at the end of this match.
That is true. We're going to come down to the wire.
So watching the center bucket and seeing who maintains control of it is going to be very pivotal here in this matchup between 2 Titan teams, local champions to their home tournaments.
That is true. Yeah, we're looking at the level of competitiveness where we start to see. Whoo, that's close.
Very close.
Oh, fish!
We're back in the corner here.
Stay safe out there, fish.
Red Tide taking the center back. That may clinch it.
That's the match. I think.
And that's the match.
And the refs are calling it. That's the match. Red Tide seals another victory. Let's go. Oh.
30 points.
Wow. Scores are good. Thank you. That's the official score. 568 Red Tide, 439 Magic Smoke.
No, I think we have an adjustment.
Oh, just kidding. We have an adjustment. All right, 565 to 442. Still a
solid lead for Red Tide, but
commanding
that
Red
was
Tide.
a very competitive game. That's actually quite close.
Red Tide took the
Difference of way less than 100 points.
Yeah. Any match that comes down to sub 100 points is going to be a nail biter.
That is a tight one.